the message that was shared on the call yesterday was the message that I wanted to share with you guys tonight, but I want to share it from a personal experience. So we've got the next international event coming up on the Gold Coast, the 28th, 29th, 27th, 28th and 29th. Now, for those of you who are not registered for this event, or you've got people in your team that are not registered, I need to make it very clear to you. You need to get registered, number one, and you need to get your team registered. And we had executive team leader, soon to be regional director, Mr. Ted Hienu, who hopped on the call yesterday, and he shared a very, very powerful message. He said that he was not going to go to his first international training event because he didn't realize how important it was, and I promoted him to go and never gave up on him, and promoted, even though he gave me the excuse. And I say excuse, at the time they weren't excuses to him, they were important to him, but he gave me every excuse that he could give me. He couldn't get time off work. He had a very important event with his school children. Obviously, he's got his children at home that he's committed to. So his idea was to send his wife and for him to stay back. Now, I didn't take that on board. All I did was keep promoting until he got annoyed with me, and he ended up registering himself to go to the international event. Now, he said on that call yesterday with all these top people, top leaders in ACN, that if he did not go to his first international training event, he would not have seen the big picture, and there's a very good chance he would not be in the business today. He's 30 points away from regional director. He's on the top leaderboard for executive team leader for pre-registration. So the point I'm going to share with you all is, if you're not registered for whatever reason, and by the way, if you're on the Gold Coast, you have absolutely no excuse not to be registered. But if you're not registered in New Zealand and you're not registered in other parts of Australia, I'm telling you right now that this is an event that you cannot miss. You cannot afford to miss. And I say this every year. I say every international event is very, very powerful. But this event in particular, and I cannot mention on this call tonight, okay? I know Mr. Mike Kupitz, kept his lips sealed yesterday when he shared his testimony yesterday. But if you knew what I know today in terms of what the company is going to announce on the Gold Coast on the 27th, 20th, and 29th, if you do not get the biggest team there, including yourself there, it is going to cost you big time, okay? This is how important these announcements are. So they've got two major services that they're going to be announcing. Now, New Zealand, for you guys, honestly, you have to be there. Everyone in your team, listen, I'm looking at the production. When I look at the production and the amount of people that are joining the team compared to the amount of people that are registered, it is shocking to see that there's just not enough people registered for this international event, okay? Because really, everyone who gets registered should be registered for the event automatically. Now, for those of you who understand what I'm talking about, and for those of you who are pushing for regional director, regional vice president, or even senior vice president, whatever your goal is, this is the event that's going to help you get yourself there. But you're only going to do it if you get as many people in your team registered. So this entire weekend, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right until next weekend, I would be using the entire week just to work on getting people registered. So I'll give you an example. You might have people in your team that are sitting on the fence. Maybe they've got the issue with coming up with a 549. Can I share something with you? I wouldn't even go for the 549. I would get them registered for the international event. Because once they come to the international event and they just see how massive this opportunity is, they'll find the 549. It'll just appear. Believe me when I say that. 1 minute they don't have 549, they come to the international training event, they see their future, they see the future for their children, their future grandchildren and so forth, and all of a sudden they come up with the money. So this is one of those events that you do not want to miss. And listen, we get one shot to plan the next 6 months. We get one shot to plan the next 6 months. Now, either you're running a race on your own for the next 6 months, or you're running the race as a team. It's so much easier to win the race when you're running as a team.
Oh my gosh, we need to run as a team.
So you want to get your team with you to the next international event. Everyone that you get signed up in the business should not sign up unless they're going to register themselves to come to the next international event. If they waver in terms of saying, well, I can't afford both, and you say, then don't give me the $549. Let's still get your PBRs going because we still want to get more people to the international event, but let's get you registered. Getting them registered right now is far more important than trying to sway people into doing the business. Although we're approximately, listen to this, we're approximately 5.5 weeks out from the next international training event. So we haven't got that long. So if you've got people that are serious about the business, then what you need to do is you need to, if you are going to sign them up in the business, you definitely need to get them registered. But you need to work hard for the next 30 days to make sure they get their quick start bonuses so they can get their money back so that covers their international training event. Now, for those of you who are brand new on this call, by the way, welcome to the team. But I just want to share something with you. I started this business in 2006. I did not understand how important these international training events were. I didn't understand the importance of your first international training event until the day that I decided I wasn't going to go because I had all the excuses of, couldn't find people to take care of my businesses. I needed somebody to look after my son. My husband had a traditional business and I needed to help him out. So I had all the reasons why I wasn't going to go. I came to my first international training event because the senior vice president told me that if I do not go, then there was no way I was going to make it to regional vice president. In fact, he said to me, true story, he said, if you do not go to your first international training event, the chances are you will not be in the business long enough to see the next training international event. Now, listen, I wasn't going to question the senior vice president. I just made sure I got myself registered. I went. I saw the massive vision of this company. I saw my future. I mean, as a senior vice president, listen to this, I saw my future in this business back in 2006. So I'm telling you right now, for those of you who have not attended your first international training event, this is the most important event of your life. And I mean that, all right? Besides, your children and your significant other and your parents, this is the most important event. You cannot afford to miss it. And for those of you who've got people in your team that are not registered, shame on you because you guys are the ones that are letting them down by not promoting them to get themselves to the international event. Okay, it's not their fault because they don't understand. It's your fault. You need to make sure that they get themselves registered. Now, listen, true story, I have had people move their wedding dates to come to international training events. I've had people who are supposed to fly off for their honeymoon on the weekend of an international event change their flights. I've had people who've done world trips who have, set their refigured out their flights and actually done a flight back in time for the next international training event. I'll also share with you that all the regional directors, regional vice presidents, and senior vice presidents in our business today would not be at those positions if it weren't for international training events. So not only are they important for solidifying and building a strong foundation, this event in particular is the most important event for New Zealand and for Australia. And the fact that they're flying 2 guest speakers in for this event, plus Mr. Mike Kupitz, tells me that whatever they're going to announce at the Gold Coast International event is going to be bigger than ever before in the history of the Asia Pacific. So for those of you who really, really, really want to build this business fast, you want to hit these positions quickly, you want to make the type of income that regional vice presidents and senior vice presidents can make in this business, you've got to work hard from now right up until the 27th to promote people into these events. So all I'm going to say is you will not be sorry. You would most certainly be thanking myself and all the other top leaders that have been on these calls for the last couple of days promoting you. Just do what you have to do to get people here. I don't care if you have to book one unit, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom unit, and get all your team into that unit. I don't care if you have to sleep on couches. Just do what you have to do to get to this international event. Will you guys do that? Will you promote it hard? Yes? Because
Yes.
I promise you, the teams with the biggest events are gonna make the biggest money and hit these positions. And I know for people who are regional directors right now, I know that regional vice president is just around the corner if you capitalize on this event, okay? This is your event. And for those of you who are really pushing for regional director, this is your event. And New Zealand, let's just say this, I am so excited for you.
Oh.
In fact, I'm so excited that I don't
gotta be
have to
power.
sleep on this airplane tonight
Oh.
because I'm just thinking about what the announcements are going to be like for New Zealand. So for those of you in New Zealand, make sure you get everybody in your team to this international event. So thank you so much, lovely people.
Oh, wow.
Please also make sure you get registered for the Saturday team dinner. We've got 2 Kiwi entertainers.
Oh,
2 really good entertainers to entertain you guys. And I'm telling you what, these guys are amazing singers. So we've got 2, not 1, 2 entertainers. And I do want to apologise. We're not 6 minutes away from the convention centre. Unfortunately, it was 6 kilometres. I got it wrong. My bad. 6 kilometres, not
okay.
6 minutes. Okay. So you cannot walk. Right? Not unless you're as fit as Renee Rakana, who can probably jog there backwards and forwards by the time we get there the first time. So again, make sure you're at that team dinner event. It's going to be an awesome event, guys, and looking forward to touching base with each and every one of you. Stay safe, and we'll see you all real soon, okay? Have a great weekend, guys. Good night.
Okay, Charlie.
Bye, Nick.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
yeah.
I will miss Carla.
Bye, Memory.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.